Maru already escaping into the round of 16. One of these two players is going to be gone.
You know, the way
from
that
the storyline.
The way that Maru went to the round of 16, I feel like it was from Batman, where the sky hook just grabs and just flies right up. It's just like over. It's like, oh, Batman's gone. Look at that. He's on his way back to America, where he belongs. Just like Maru's on his way to round of 16, where he belongs. Thing is, he wasn't holding a criminal as he went. So going alone for now. Someone else is going to follow, but much slower, kind of like on a boat or something.
Something like that. Well, our map for game number 1 is going to be Overgrowth. It is a PvP here between two very solid players. I'm Tasteless, with me is Artosis, and this is the round of 32 Group B of the GSL Code S. Over here in the upper right, our underdog, he is
SK텔레콤 T1 paralyze, 정경두.
and his opponent over here in the bottom left in the blue.
KT 로스터 명식, 김명식.
All right, so PvP between these two. You know, I think DRG's crossing his fingers that Paralyze Bash is MyuNgSiK, because MyuNgSiK has shown that he can absolutely kill top-end Zergs with his awesome Sky Toss.
Well, it's not just that you're playing against a good Protoss, you're playing against specifically MyuNgSiK, which is it requires a very different skill set from a lot of these other players if you're going to beat him.
And the thing is, he stomped Paralyze so badly that it was as if Paralyze was paralyzed while playing.
Whoa.
Paralyzed from fear. Fear of DRG stomping him, which is exactly what happened.
Not from the neck down, but from fear.
From fear. All right, so see how this goes down. Obviously very standard here, both gases. Have to wait a minute, see what these guys want to end up going for.
Yeah. PvP things take off very quickly after the core is done. And of course, in this matchup, I'd say this matchup and maybe after this TVT, where the most builds are at the player's disposal.
Yeah, there's certainly a lot of builds for both.
Yeah, and so getting a good read on that, and oftentimes just having good instinct about how your opponent's going to play is integral to actually coming out with a win.
You know, I like this map quite a bit for Stargate openers. I could definitely see Paralyze going Twilight here. And in fact, both players go for a second gateway, and this can transition into all sorts of things. You can go 2 gates into an expand, you can go 2 gates into a third gate, you can go 2 gates into a Twilight, into a third gate, you can go 2 gates into a Stargate into a third gate.
Don't stop, Artosis.
No, that's it. But yeah, there's a lot that you can do with these. Very safe opener. Good old 3-stalker rush. 3 stalkers is a lot of stalkers work with Tasteless.
It is.
It's way more than when you have 1 or 2.
Indeed. Count Tosis, you love.
Yes. I've been watching a lot of Sesame Street lately.
Oh yeah, with the kid?
She's got a little cold right now.
I heard watching Sesame Street actually as an adult. Like, some of these kid shows are actually not even that bad to watch. If you're with your kid, they're like actually they're funny, and there's plenty of jokes planted in there that are cute that only an adult would get.
Yeah. Totally. It's a good show.
Twilight Council now on the way. That's produced in New York, right? Sesame Street's in New York?
I would imagine.
I believe it's in New York.
It seems as if Sesame Street itself, the street, is in New York somewhere.
See, yeah.
But in an area without cars, it's just kind of populated by puppet people.
Yeah.
Surprised the U.S. government hasn't gone in and taken them all out for testing. Who are these puppet people? All right, so third gates and Twilights for both players.
Yep.
No big surprise there. It's just so solid. You know, Blink openings, despite Blink being pretty heavily nerfed, they're still so good. People understand them so well at this point. The amount of stuff you can do is
crazy. My God, he missed that. Wow. Wow.
Well, we know who's going to get aggressive here.
Let's see if we have a pylon planted here from Paralyze also nearby. Okay, so he knows what's going on now.
Yeah. The thing is, he's not going to care at all because he sees 3-gate Blink.
Whoa! That was close.
Oh my God, the last shot didn't connect. Oh, okay, it had 17 health anyways. But anyways, he sees it's 3-gate Blink, and he has 3-gate Blink. So it's just totally fine. As long as he micros fine, he should be able to hold.
And this can put the offender into a pretty bad situation. Can I use it? Is that correct English, the offender? Or do I,
offender's definitely a word. You could do
well,
that.
but offender, that might be like like a legal offense. Can this
like
be
he's a blink offender.
Can he be? Seriously, someone tweeted me about this because I was just thinking, is that actually correct? Can he be the offender if he's going into offense, or is there a proper word, the aggressor?
I think offender is generally used for law enforcement purposes.
Yeah, and legal stuff. Ooh, that was just not good at all.
Nice start
In
there.
fact, dare I say that was just bad.
You think just losing a stalker for free isn't good?
No.
I beg to differ,
in my school of thought, I would dare to say I think it's actually
Tasteless,
quite
do
bad.
you even know anything about this game? Losing that stalker is great.
He's just trying to show off his raw power before he comes back and just,
Tasteless, when these guys both have 200, 200, and Paralyze loses because he has one more stalker, we're going to think back here and look how dumb you were.
Okay, so we have both of them
Stalker
moving
could have
out.
been a zealot, Tasteless.
It could have been an Archon. It could have been many things. All right, so they're both moving out in the middle of the map, and then they back off again.
You don't want to do blink versus blink.
No, it's not worth it. The defender always has that
Yeah, this is in the old days where MC just walks up and out blinks you, and that's it.
Yeah. Well, there's an Immortal on the way.
Okay, Immortal for MyuNgSiK. Now let's see what Paralyze does with this. This is going to be very interesting because, for instance, Paralyze, okay, he does go Immortal as well. Not surprised at all about that, but I want to see how quickly he gets his Forge because, like Rain, I would say second best PvPer probably in the world. Very specifically will get like 3 Immortals every time because it's super safe. You're just not really going to die to anything. And I wonder if that's going to rub off on Paralyze. I wonder how close he's going to play to someone like Rain.
Here's the Forge now coming down. Yeah, that's a good question, though. Will he play very similar to Rain here? You got to be very careful not to lose your observers here, because actually he might be able to catch this one here.
It's always really nice.
I think he's got it.
You should split those stalkers and kill it.
Oh, he gets it. Yep,
that's a big move.
Problem is, once their observers following yours and you're in their territory, it's really easy for the stalkers to get under that observer and just get it. The stalkers are just too fast. The observer's too slow.
Yeah. Well, we see a Forge coming out both reasonably quickly, and when you both have blank, you're both getting Immortals. You both got to get Forges because you're not able to kill each other. You just can't. So you get your Forges, get your upgrades going. MyuNgSiK, despite getting it really quickly, doesn't actually start an upgrade. This is definitely a mistake that he's... In fact, Paralyze, who got his Forge quite a bit later, has started his +1 first. Huh.
Well,
I think he probably tried to start it and just didn't have enough minerals or gas at the moment. And then didn't. Okay, there it goes. Finally. Really a bit later than it should have been, but, I mean, at the end of the day, not that impactful, I guess.
no. Well, Paralyze is gathering up now here at the front. I mean, neither player can really do anything to the other one at this phase of the game. With the combination of the Stalkers with Blank and a Nexus Cannon, Sentries with Force Field or Guardian Shield, they're going to just start building up. We see the legs here being upgraded now. Charge, excuse me. And they're from there, yeah, the Templar Archives come. You can see they're literally almost doing the exact same build. I don't know if we're going to have a Warp Prism, though, from Paralyze. In fact, from Paralyze, we have another Immortal. But that's really one of the only deviations that's major.
Certainly. That and the additional 4 gates right now from Paralyze.
Yep.
The gate's going to come a little bit later from MyuNgSiK. But, you know, the extra gates, they can be for aggression, or sometimes you'll add them before getting your Nexus, but adding 5 onto already having 3 plus you're making Immortals, that's 8 gates. I would definitely say that is more attack focused there for Paralyze.
I would have to agree with you there, although we now have MyuNgSiK with his 5 gates coming.
Oh,
that's cute. That's really cute.
Well, the thing is, that is, like, I guess after the expand, in the very early game, like after that time period of the expansion, the most important thing to scout is when and if your opponent's going into Colossus. Because that's really the unit that can turn everything on its head. So, very interesting that he hides it there. This guy's both massing up to, like, insane 2-base armies at the moment.
Yeah, this is actually pretty typical nowadays in PvP. It's just them both powering. We saw this a lot in the last season. Nobody wants to take a 3rd base at any kind of I guess what we'd say it was a more traditional route in a mirror matchup. You know, you have a few production facilities up, and then you just squeeze this one out. Really, this is like, it's very safe. You just mass up, have the gates, and then you make the nexus, and then from there, you have a lot to produce from. Let's say that you see a big attack coming your way. You'll still be able to get that army out. There's no panic situation where you're thinking, oh my god, he's got, what, like 5 or 6 or more gates, and my gates are just now making. And we have thermal ants coming here now.
You know what? Paralyze actually might have an attack timing here, Tasteless. He's coming down with his Warp Prism.
Well, the Warp Prism's a pretty big tell here.
Yeah, and his army supply is actually significantly higher by 16 at the moment.
Yeah.
He's got the same number of Immortals. He's got, I believe, +2 Archons. Now, there is 1 Colossus out, but with these extra Zealots, I think he can actually go down and break the 3rd base. I don't think he can, like, walk into the natural and kill him necessarily, but I think he can kill that 3rd. Yeah, look at this. He's got 6 more Zealots right now, 2 more Archons. I would say that makes up for that Colossus. I don't like attacking into there, though. I think no. But he forces a Nexus Cannon, and now he's going to go kill that 3rd.
Yep, and now Paralyze is in fantastic shape.
Yeah, really nice.
Well, you know, this makes a world of difference, because now it's the 3 base versus the 2, and Paralyze should just be miles ahead of his opponent.
You know, the one thing that MyuNgSiK does have going for him, because this is what happens when you end up going for Colossus Tech, is your opponent that doesn't have Colossus Tech will have a stronger army for a little bit. But with these Colossus popping out, with +2 and Thermal Lance finishing up, and he's going to have 3 Colossus, he may be able to still get something done with this. And in fact, he has Templar Tech. So, like, for instance, if he could feed back the Mothership Core, there's definitely still possibilities here for him to take this game.
Coming back up here now. And it looks like we might have a small engagement here. If I'm Paralyzed, I would back off.
Has Paralyze actually seen the Colossus before that moment?
Yeah, he saw it when he attacked into the 2nd.
Oh, okay.
And then he actually scooped it up.
Because he had it in the Warp Prism for a moment there. So I'm wondering how.
Almost positive he saw it.
Yeah. No, I thought he did, but it's interesting that how the lengths at which MyuNgSiK has gone to hide this Colossus Tech.
Okay, he's coming up now.
Yeah.
And now this
huge
is a
arc.
Pretty big. Yeah, this is a really big concave. Like, I would probably not advise anybody to attack into this, but let's see. PvP can get kind of funny.
Well, 2 base against 3, I think he's got to do something here.
Certainly.
If he can catch a piece of the army, he will just
You know what?
destroy
This might be that piece here. Actually, no, Paralyze is very good with his army movement here.
Yeah, he's doing a... Oh, look at that. That's actually very well done. That is a good time warp. So are those 2. And now we have an absolutely crazy battle going down. MyuNgSiK actually does have much more army supply at the moment. He's getting a lot of value out of these Colossus, but on the left flank, we do have a lot of Zealots getting up on top of these Immortals, and look at Paralyzed Zealots all over.
It's just too much. I mean, this is a perfect example of good positioning here, and GG, MyuNgSiK taps out. Paralyzed making that look easy, but really it was really technical play to get over there, to force the Nexus Cannon, then to move down, wipe out that Nexus, back up. All you have to do is survive, because MyuNgSiK is running out of time. He has to do something. That something, probably take out a 3rd or kill off the opponent.
Yeah.
Can't really take a late 3rd and play catch-up there.
You know, as you said, that was a beautiful move out by him. The fact that he poked in the natural first, I was thinking, oh, go around the side of the 3rd and you should be able to just kill it no matter what. But the fact that he poked in the natural, which forced the Nexus Cannon, which meant 1 less time warp on the counterattack, which is huge. And then just walking away because his opponent's in a defensive position there. Like, just the DPS of his army, no matter what, he was killing that Nexus. That Nexus was never going to live once he backed up from the natural. So that was really, really well done by Paralyze. But MyuNgSiK showing a little bit of speed there, getting, you know, his hidden Colossus Tech and kind of hiding him using the Warp Prism. That was some cool play. He's showing a lot of cool stuff today, just none of it's coming close to working out.
Unfortunately not. Habitation Station is going to be where the action is for game number 2. I got to say, I still think MyuNgSiK can win this. That game was not a bad game. It was just a very nice play in the the latter part of the game there from Paralyze. But let's see. Don't forget, guys, the winner here goes on to our final match, which is going to be up against DRG. So that's going to be great no matter what. Well, we're here in Seoul, Korea, where the best of the best in esports reside, here to duke it out in the best esports show of all time. Been around for a while now, nearly 4 years, the GSL